everyone, I am back with a brand new video and my name is Elena. For those of you who probably seeing my channel for the first time, this is House of Elena and welcome. I wanted to talk about how we can get dressed for a job interview. With all that is going on around the world and even right here in Trinidad and Tobago, a lot of persons have lost their jobs. And when the entire lockdown is over, people are going to be looking for jobs and so on. And the competition is even going to be more competitive because we are going to have more persons on the job market. But before I get into the steps of that, I just wanted to shout out to George Floyd, who was murdered by that police officer in Minneapolis. And I think there's so much going on in the world right now, and there's so much negative things to concentrate on. It is a sad situation, and not because I'm in Trinidad doesn't mean that I don't feel affected in some way, because racism is everywhere. And one day I'll be giving you all stories about my experiences as being discriminated against, and it really is something that we can't ignore, and I just wanted to say that before we get into the video. So like I said, this video we're going to be talking about how to get dressed, how to prepare for a job interview. But before I take you any further into my video, let me all remind you this.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Elena Elaine. Thank you for watching.
Okay, so we are back. And like I said, first I want to talk about the ladies and then I want to talk about the men. But there are things that I'm going to be discussing that affects both men and women. So I'll do a head-to-toe assessment and evaluation of things so that we can improve and things that I have observed going on job interviews back in the day. And probably, who knows, I may have to go on a job interview one day again. But there are things that I observed, and I saw the mistakes that people made. And a lot of persons who are qualified think that because they may have a degree or a master's that they automatically will get the job. But that isn't so, because the interviewers also look at your appearance, because you will be representing their company. But what I want to say is, when you're going on a job interview, once you get that call, my recommendation is that you should do research on the type of organization. And the reason why I'm saying this is because sometimes the organization may be very conservative. So you don't want to show up to the job interview with big hair like what I have right now. Or otherwise, if you want to go on a job interview, or are you going on a job interview where the culture of the organization is more relaxed and more free, you may want to dress so that they can see that you can fit in to the organization. So I don't believe in the cookie cutter way of dressing to go on a job interview. Now, most advice that we were given in terms of dressing or to go to a job interview is to wear neutral colors, wear dark colors, the dark grays, the blacks, and so on. But like I said, once you do research on the organization, you can dress to suit. For example, let's say I have my own interior decorating company and I'm looking for workers. I don't want workers looking all neutral and drab and basic. I would be looking for flair and flam, and the women are well dressed and well made up and so on. All right, anyway, I'm digressing a lot, I know. but we are having a discussion, and I just hope that you'll, go through the entire video. Okay, and so let's start with the hair, with the ladies. Like I said, you may want to keep your hair in a nice bun. If you have short hair, that's even better for you, because you don't have to worry about how you're going to comb your hair. You may want to keep your hair away from your face. You don't want any hair on your forehead and stuff like that. Definitely for the makeup, you would want to keep it very simple. You may want to do it neutral. Now, if you're going on a job interview that the organization has a lot of flair, like an advertising company or design company or a fashion company, you may want to give a little highlight, maybe more on the red lipstick, but neutral on the eyes and stuff. It's just something to pop. All right. As it regards to clothing, make sure that your clothes is clean. Now, this may sound really funny that I have to say make sure your clothes is clean, but there are people that have shown up to interviews where you can see their clothes, the clothes is dirty. So you want to ensure that your clothes is well pressed and it is clean. Just keep in mind that you are not the only one that the interviewer is going to be seeing. They're going to be probably going to be seeing a lot of applicants, and you want to stand out. So in standing out, especially if it is a conservative company, for example, if you're going to work for an airline or hotel industry, they tend to be a little more conservative. But at the same time, you want to dress in a way that when you walk into that interview, you're already telling the interviewer or interviewers, I have this job already. You don't want to blend in to what everybody is looking like or wearing. Okay? So ladies, you want to cover up the cleavage. You don't want to have any cleavage outside. Okay? And again, you want to ensure that whatever tattoos that you have is also covered up. Now, I want to talk something about tattoos. For the past few years or so, tattoos has become very, very popular in a lot of countries. Even right here in Trinidad and Tobago, a lot of people have tattoos. But what I want to say is sometimes there's a negative bias attached to someone who have on a tattoo. I was doing some research on that, and it was saying that a lot of HR professionals actually see people that has tattoos as less attractive and intelligent and more rebellious, believe it or not. And if you're going on a job interview, let's say for an airline company or industry, you may want to cover your tattoos, because in most cases they're not going to consider you. So tattoos on your hands, some people put tattoos here, but if you get that, maybe there's a job they may want, and it may dampen your chances of getting that job because of where you have that tattoo. And I can say that because of what, again, I observed. Years ago, I went on a job interview to an international airline, and that airline is extremely conservative. So there were a lot of men and women who showed up for the interview and they had visible tattoos, and of course they were never given a call back. So it is that serious. Now, there are other cases in the US where the potential employee would have sued a company because they were discriminated against, because they had on the tattoos. In some cases, the employers win, and some cases the employee won. So each case carries its own merit. Just remember that. But if you're working for a company, and that is why I said in the beginning to ensure that you do your research on the company. All right? And of course, for both men and women, minimal jewelry. All right, you just may want to have on a simple earring, a band or a wristwatch, and probably if you're married, your wedding band and so on. Nails must be clean. Please, please, especially the guys. Please make sure that your nails are well manicured. There is no dirt under your nails. It's not cracked up. Your hands are not looking dry. Because believe it or not, from the minute you walk into that room to do the job interview, your interviewer scans you in less than 10 seconds, and they know whether or not you're going to proceed or whether or not they're gonna cut you out. Okay, so in terms of the ladies, what I want to say in terms of your dress, I'm seeing a lot of young ladies going on job interviews and even to work with very short skirts, and it's tight. Take and keep in mind your body type. If you're a beautiful, full-figured lady, you may want to look at the length of your skirt, even for slim ladies. And once again, I have to say, it all deals with the type of organization that you're working for. If you're working in a casino where short skirts are tolerated, okay, all well and good, but it's definitely not going to work in a corporate environment. And what I want to also touch on is the shoes for the ladies. You want to make sure that you wear enclosed shoes, or you can wear a peep-toe shoes or a backless shoes, depending again on the establishment. So you want, the most important thing that you have to do before you go running buying clothes and getting ready is to find out the type of organization that you're going on this job interview, and how the employees dress there. Good. And now I want to touch a bit on the men. Guys, now this as well is a very sensitive topic, and it goes a lot and borders on negative bias in terms of the hair, because we have some guys with Rastafarian hairstyles and natural hair and long hair, and some companies don't tolerate it, unfortunately. I think some companies, they haven't broadened their scope in terms of who they want in their organization, and that is the harsh reality of it. But if once again you know that you are not the only one who is going on this job interview, and there are many people that they are going to interview, and you really want this job, you have to make a decision, okay, whether or not you're going to keep your hair or not. And if there are laws, I know there's the Equal Opportunity Commission in Trinidad and Tobago. Maybe you can look up that and see whether or not you are being discriminated against, or if there is a negative bias towards you because of your hairstyle. But guys, make sure when you go to the barber to trim your hair, it's not any fancy designs. Keep it very simple. All right, that's for carnival and when you're on vacation. Don't have all these fancy markings in your hair going on a job interview. Take the earring out of your ear. Please, you can always wear that when you're going out. Take the earring out of your ear. Again, with the tattoos, guys, the guys who put tattoos on their face, on their neck, you may be giving yourself a lot of problems to get your dream job because of where your tattoo is located. It may throw the employers off. They may see you as somebody who is rebellious and probably can't take instructions. Just remember, everything is about what's in your head first and what you're seeing. And people, of course, judge you based on how you look. It doesn't mean that you're not qualified for the job on paper. But when you have a certain look, yeah, that gets you attention. Okay, so you want to pay close attention to the hair and the tattoos and the face, the facial piercing. They also spoke about that, persons with facial piercing. So I forgot something to talk about with the ladies though. That is the nose ring. You know, you may want to take that nose ring out and probably put the transparent in or the transparent nose ring, the very small one. You put that in to go on your job interview, and of course you can put it back after the job interview. But please, no matter how small that earring is in your nose, I would recommend that you take it out, because your employers are going to already perceive you as someone as, I don't know, rebellious in the organization, with piercing in your face, your chin, your nose, your eyebrow. Take them off. Okay, this is for both men and women. Okay, so back to the men. So what did I cover? I covered your hair. Oh, beard. I know beard is a stylish thing these days. You know, a lot of men are wearing beard, and some look really cool. They look more handsome. But make sure that your beard as well is well groomed. I know for some food and restaurant industry, guys with beard, that is a problem. At least in my time, when I was in the hotel and restaurant industry, you weren't allowed to really have hair on your face as a guy. You know, now I know I see some chef wearing the beard cap, so that when they're in the kitchen, they're covering their beard with a cap. Maybe that might be possible, but once again, what did I say? Do your research on the organization first. All right, so guys, we want to look at your attire, what you put on. Of course, for a corporate environment, you would want to invest in a decent suit and a tie, and it must be clean and it must be well pressed. If it's a business casual, you can probably have a nice shirt on and a pants, but it doesn't really have to be a soft pants. If you're in the service industry, you will get away probably with a nice shirt, woman blouse, and a nicely pressed skirt or pants. Sorry, about going back to the ladies, but you should wear nice pants. And of course, if you're in entry level, if you're going to get a job at Starbucks or fast food restaurant, you may want to wear a nice polo and nicely well pressed pants. That might be acceptable going on a job interview. Okay, guys, especially if you're going to a corporate interview, please leave the happy socks home. Do not go with a pretty color socks, because sometimes you may cross your legs and the pants lift and the employer sees that you have on these bright colored socks. Once again, the organization, depending if it's an advertising company, if it is a design company, you may get away with that, but you don't want to take the chance and lose out on getting that dream job. Keep in mind, you're not the only one who would be interviewed, and after this entire lockdown is over, a lot of persons are going to be looking for jobs, so it's going to be even more difficult in getting a job. So please, guys, pay attention to that. Make sure that your shoes are well clean and well polished. What I want to say, no matter what job interview that you're going on, never underdress. It's always better to be overdressed than underdressed. So don't think because it's a little cafe, you just put on a jersey. A jersey is not acceptable for any job interview. You can wear a nice polo if you're going to work in a hardware, and one of those hard, more stiffer material pants, not a jeans, but you may want to wear something that the material is more stiff. I also want to say with the guys with suits, if you're going on a corporate interview, leave the shiny suits for weddings and for functions. going on a job interview with a shiny suit is a no-no. That's not for that environment or for that setting. Okay, so those are the tips that I would give in terms of getting ready for a job interview. Hope you'll find it to be very helpful. So keep in mind those tips. Sometime if we've been working for a company for a very long time and we have to go back on the job market, we may tend to forget how we should dress for a job interview, especially if the place that we were working before had a very relaxed attire, and you could have wear jeans and jersey on a Friday to go to work. So we may get a little lax and we may forget. So you want to be on point at all times. Okay, so if you watch this entire video, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys, and I really appreciate those who continuously watch my interviews. Please comment. I would really appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up if you like the video, and of course you can also put in the comments below what you think I forgot or what you think I should have added. And let me know if you'd like me to do a video on how you can conduct or how you should conduct yourself during a job interview. Okay, so take care and love you guys. Take care and bye. See you next time.